Everybody. Today we're talking about goal updates, where I'm at, how things have been moving, are going in the right direction, so on and so forth. So, if you're new to my goal updates, I usually try to at least once a month talk about my goals, where they've been going, in relation to what I've set for them in the beginning of the year. And so, as we know, what gets tracked gets improved. And so I'm tracking my goals and my progress to make sure that I'm trending in the right direction. As always, a big shout out to my rival, Matt. He's the one selected as my rival this year. The good thing is I coach nutrition, so I can make sure he's on top of his stuff because I can make sure he's improving. So an adequate champion and competitor. Matt's goals updates. His weight's been consistent in 208. I think he's down 22 pounds. I think his highest was like 230. My man's got two kids. So like he's trying to veer away from the dad bod and get more towards his cosplay bod that he had right when he first met his now wife and before they had two kids. Oh yeah. So Matt, good work. He's trying to get back into running. I don't know what his time is or what his assessment is for his time. I don't know if he's doing mile, 3K, 5K, or how he's determining his running speed, but he's getting back into it. So big congratulations to him for that. And maybe we'll race one another. Currently, like my running time, as you know, is geared towards the mile, so how I've been testing myself. And we'll just go from that and see how we do. Squat and bench and dead are all getting stronger, but he's doing a lot of volume work, so it's more getting 1 or 2 extra reps in at the weight he's using, opposed to like a 1 rep max. No idea if he's going to continue to do that. I do not control his workout programming, solely his nutrition. But if he says he's getting better, he has a way to track that, to check that, and to improve that. That's all I care about. Yes, so that's how Matt is doing thus far. Let's talk about me and where I'm at. So we talked about professional goals. Currently on track to have one of the highest early quarters Q1s that I've had like ever. So pretty excited about that. I've met with some other professionals who are in my field or adjacent and talked about and interviewed them about like how they essentially grew their business and how they're going. So backtrack. Previously, what I try to do is I try to run some Facebook ads or meta ad platforms to try to get some results to see if I can generate leads and have a paid system that generates leads and turns leads into potential clients, right? Is the goal. Because most businesses have something that does that works for them. Unfortunately, I did that. We tried a couple different ad sets. We had a whole marketing strategy and campaign, built a funnel, did all these things, and none of it worked. We started off like a low of like $5 a day to see how that would do. And obviously, we got no leads from that. So we're like, cool, bump it. We'll go to $30 a day, see how that does. See if we can generate a single lead. And for $30 a day, we generated no leads on the Meta platform. And that's like 800, and we did it for a week, tested it, see what we can get. And then it's like $840 a month, which is almost 1,000, which for a small business, I can't, I'm not comfortable putting money in towards a strategy that has zero leads. Yes, like if there's data to learn from, right? Like normally the way it works in business for those who don't have their own business, don't run their own business who are new to this, normally like there's like a cost of learning. So like yeah, like I spend this much on ads, I get this many leads, I get this many conversions, boom. And then essentially you have leads, uh point of contact, and then like sales and conversions, and then you look at those things and determine like, do I have an energy leak somewhere? Like, am I not seeing success due to blah, right? Who knows? Where's the energy leak? Is it that I'm getting my conversion levels high, but my leads are low? But like I said, for the business that I tried, for what I'm doing and success that I try to see, didn't even get leads to transfer. So that sucks. Not happy with that. So scrapping that completely, and we're gonna instead implement like a more boots on the ground strategy and focus on like events, uh, focus on a little bit more networking and screens and workshops to see like A, how we can help more people, and B, kind of get more because I'm a strength conditioning coach, not just a personal trainer, get more into like the athletic sphere side of things here in Austin and go from there and see if we can then grow that outside of Boston and see what happens from that. But that's what's been happening professionally thus far. I have not gotten or decided what my new certification will be, but I did start a new course by Stacy Sims, I believe her name, and her course is on like menopause and women. So I'm learning a lot about like the menstrual cycle. Women are way more complicated than I ever intended or than I ever realized they were, and far more intricate than I originally intended this course to be. So I thought this course was going to be like real easy, smooth, but I'm learning a bunch about like the different hormone levels, how they interplay with each other, about how like estrogen and like I believe it was progesterone are like antithesis to each other and how that works and what happens menopause, perimenopause, menopause, and like life after that and what's going on there. And so it's been interesting to learn the intricacies of women's hormonal health and how that interplays and what's happening throughout their life, uh, what leads up to like menopause and what could cause like their different flow states and how long their periods last and so on and so forth. So like it's very intricate, a lot more challenging than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like, oh, it's an easy breeze course. Not. So I'm having fun learning about that and big ups to women. Dear God, I had no idea y'all had it this hard. Um, because y'all take it like champs, to be clear. With these hormone level fluctuations going on, like champs, chef's kiss to what y'all go through and how y'all go through and just truck through it. It's impressive. Oh, and you should do all of that and have kids. Crazy. Moving on to the next segment of my goals. Athletically, I wanted to row a sub 6'10" 2K. I have not been testing my 2Ks. I want to row a sub 20 minutes and 30 seconds 6K in my most recent 6K. I got 20 minutes and 34 seconds. I feel like I would have done better, but leading up to it, I had two yellow recoveries. Uh, Long story short, I tried to reach out and check on someone that I got a notification from as far as like an emergency contact kind of thing, and it was a bad idea. I should just have if they got hit by a truck, just let them get hit by a truck because this person has not been a positive impact in my life for a long while. But I was an emergency contact, and since I talked it out with somebody, it was a really big mental dilemma, and I was like, do I reach out to this person who I know is going to cause stress in my life for no other reason than the fact that I checked on them to make sure that they were alive because of an emergency contact notification? And everyone's like, yeah, you'd feel horrible if this person died and you did nothing. No longer. I thought this was what I was going to feel. But after I checked on them just to make sure that they were alive, they ended up like lashing out at me and just being mean for the purpose of being mean. I didn't say anything mean to them, didn't do anything mean to them, but they proceeded to just try to lay into me because they can't get over their past experiences, their trauma, and so on and so forth. So, saying that to say, if I'm emergency contact and we're not cool, I'm not checking on you anymore. That is how I view that going forward. For any people, that's just my boundary going forward. This actually set forth a new affirmation for me. Is that some people just I have affirmations on like my mirror that I have in my bathroom that I look at, and this set in like a new affirmation for me. Not everyone is worth saving. That's just how I feel now. Even heroes have limits and boundaries. Like I'm not Superman. I'm not going to save everybody. I can save the people I can. I can save the people who want saving, but I'm not going to overextend myself for people who don't deserve that from me. So that'll be my viewpoint going forward with regards to that. Another one of my athletic goals is run a sub 7 mile. I'm at 8 minutes and 30 seconds, which is a drop from last time I tested last month, which was 9 minutes flat, I believe, and that was a granted it was into a headwind, so then maybe I would have got like an 8:50 or 8:45, and now it's dropped to like 8:30. I don't know, but either way, technically it's a 30-second drop. I'll take it. It's a win, as they say. Compete in a hybrid athlete event. I decided on DECA. It's a little bit shorter than High Rocks. 500-meter sprints instead of like 1,000-meter runs in between each event, and I think there's potentially more events for DECA than there are for High Rocks. Either or should be pretty fun. I think I'm gonna be doing it as a team. My business coach said if I do go, I should probably dress up in some kind of cosplay that I can work out in because that will allow me to essentially like be seen. Apparently, like if you do decide to dress up or do things at tech events, I can get you some notoriety, and that might bring in more business or more views or whatever. So hopefully that'll be cool. Personal goals: travel, see the homies once a year. Go on vacation. Vacation's not something that I know that I will. Uh, I don't have the highest confidence level that I will go on vacations here just because of work, and stress, and life, and so on and so forth. So that's unfortunate, but maybe like I might travel to compete or do something else, depending on how the deck event goes, depending on how the rest of my rowing stuff goes. Currently rowing wise, I don't know where my 2K is at. Like I think probably from all this 6K training, I've dropped 30 seconds off my 6K. So I'm hoping based off this new 2K workout that I just did, I think my 2K is about like 6 minutes and 20 seconds, which is like a 6 second drop from the last time I did my 2K, which I'll take. Um, because obviously, just because I dropped 30 seconds off of 6K does not mean it translates to like 30 seconds off your 2K, unfortunately. I wish it worked that way. But maybe I'll go to like an indoor rowing competition or something like that. Who knows? But that's the goal thus far. Um, I wanted to increase like my own like personal savings up to like 10,000 bucks. My dad's helping me with this investment in Georgia. That's like you give these people money, since they invest in properties out there. It's like a group thing. I don't know. Investments and or stocks like aren't my thing. I just tried using Robinhood again for the first time in forever, and I don't even know what button to use to buy. I'm kind of annoyed that it irritates me. So thankfully, my dad's helped me out with that, and we'll see how that goes and how my investments go there. But once again, the goal is there to increase my personal savings up to 10K. Why 10K? Just because I feel like that's a good amount to have in case like medical emergency, down payment on my car, maybe I want LASIK, who knows? Yeah, one personal savings just because I feel like I should have one, and I originally drained my personal savings whenever I first started my brick and mortar. I had personal savings of over like 30K, and I drained it down to like zero. And my brick and mortar was I opened that thing back in like 2020 and had not been able to build a savings at all until this past year and a half or so. And even then, the build is slow, as savings usually are, because obviously, like the accrual interest is not in our favor in savings accounts. Not like it used to be back in the day. But yeah, that's where I'm at. That's where my goals are. We've made progress in athletic goals for sure. 30 seconds on the mile, 30 seconds on 6K. Pretty happy about that. Haven't tested my 2K in a while. We'll see where that is. My last 2K that I did that was hard was around like either 626 or 624. I forget which one. Happy about how I'm doing in this Q1 so far. We'll see how we do before the end of March. Once again, I have some boots on the ground strategies that I'm excited to start implementing, see what happens there. Anime convention coming up in April. So if you're a nerd and you want to go to WeebCon and catch me at a panel where I'll be presenting and giving out a wealth of fitness information, come check me out there. I think that's everything. Big shout out to Matt for being my rival and holding me accountable this year. And for listening to my podcast, dude. Be the best. But yeah, for all those who seek greatness, I hope you continue to chase it. And if you have any questions on how to improve your either your regular general health and fitness or how to improve your life as an athlete, go ahead and throw that in the comments. I'd be happy to help. But yeah, guys, talk to you on the next episode. Later.